Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton.
I'm Charlie Neff.
And today on the podcast, Savannah Chrisley, she is now in charge of pardons, it appears.
She's trying to be the new Kim K. She's all about prison reform, and she's thrown her hat in the ring for the Tory Lanez case.
So we'll talk about that. Also, Blake Lively, she is trying to withdraw the emotional distress claim she alleged about Baldoni, but it's up to the judge whether she's allowed to withdraw it now that she's come this far.
Yeah, she doesn't want to give up her medical records.
And finally, we'll talk about Jonathan Joss, the King of the Hill actor who died yesterday. There's a bit of conjecture. There's a lot of conjecture over how it happened and basically...
Why?
Why? Was it a hate crime or not?
It's a horrible story.
We'll remind you we're live.
We are live, guys. And as you guys know, if you're our loyal followers, at the very end of the show, we do get your guys' comments. We'll read those, pick out the best ones, and highlight you guys on the show. So leave your comments about any of the stories or even us.
So Savannah Chrisley said she's looking into Tory Lanez case. This is after getting her parents free.
Right.
Her parents obviously were pardoned by President Trump, and now the next crusade she's going on is potentially getting Tory Lanez out of prison because she's considering all the information and she thinks there are several key issues about the verdict.
She even said that she spoke to Tory Lanez's father, and she said that she doesn't think he's like necessarily innocent, just that she doesn't think the full truth has been revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting, though, because as we know, like he's serving time for shooting Meg Thee Stallion and that crazy standoff that happened years ago. And but the thing is that isn't Tory Lanez a state case? It's not federal.
Oh.
So like with her getting her parents out, that was federal, right? So that was like a direct, like Trump can pardon like federal cases, but he can't if it's like a state case. So that's why you have people like Larry Hoover.
Yeah.
He was pardoned federally, but he's still serving time because it's a state thing.
So she should be trying to get like Newsom or someone.
Yeah, it's got to be going for the governor.
Which is probably a harder sell for Savannah Chrisley.
Well, I mean, she could easily say, like, look at my resume. I have a great relationship with Trump.
True.
I don't know if that'll fly with somebody like Gavin Newsom, but...
So, yeah, she's trying to get him out. Another inmate trying to get out is Antoine Massey.
Yeah, have you been keeping up with this story?
Yeah, one of these inmates that escaped from the New Orleans Justice Center.
Yeah, there was like all these guys that escaped. And, you know, they've slowly caught them, like slowly but surely. But there's this one guy that's still missing. And he posted a video to Instagram basically saying how, you know, he was threatened in jail, like just all these crazy things. And how he was like mistreated behind bars and like wants to remain.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying basically he's innocent, as everybody who's guilty says. And he's asking Trump, Lil Wayne, Meek Mill to try to get him out.
Help him.
Yeah. He said that, you know, he didn't escape prison. He said that he was let out. Apparently he was, this is what investigators said, that he was, he threatened to shank like a maintenance worker if he didn't shut off the water to the cell where inmates later removed a toilet and climbed through a wall. So he was one of the main guys to help the whole escape. Now he's saying, I was let out. I didn't do anything. And also what he was found guilty of is like pretty nasty domestic violence. Like this is a bad guy, right? Yeah. But in this day and age, if Trump sees this, would you be surprised if Trump let him out at this stage?
I mean, it's definitely possible.
Anything possible. Okay, on to our next story. Blake Lively may withdraw her emotional distress claim, which is very interesting because she alleged that, you know, all of this stuff had happened to her.
Was like horrible on her life, her well-being.
Her mental health.
But the thing is that it's not that she's all of a sudden being like, never mind, I'm fine. No, it has to do with the fact that she doesn't want to release her medical records. Yeah. So she feels like that's like an icky thing to do. And so that's why she's kind of like tussling with it. She feels like that Baldoni, it's just like all him doing like a press stunt. Because it is a litigation strategy, because they're the ones that want her full medical documents.
Well, she
So they're
started
saying
the ball rolling.
Yeah, they're basically saying, look, if you had so much emotional distress, prove it.
Yeah, I mean, that's reasonable.
Yeah, but I can also see why she wouldn't want to release that. Because what if there's like other things in there?
Totally. I mean, that's why she shouldn't have alleged it.
Well, what if it did give her emotional distress?
I guess. I mean, but then you need to prove it, obviously. And then if there's other things in there that are a bit, but now she's in a tricky spot because
but the
it's
thing
up to the judge.
They want full medical documentation. I think if you're proving that you had some emotional distress, I could easily turn over, okay, here's how many times I met with a therapist. Here's times I had to skip work. Here's times, but they want full medical documentation for, however many years, which are revealing things that she probably feels like, okay, that's not necessary.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, both of them are trying to sort of embarrass each other out of this.
Totally.
I don't know. Is this like definitely going to trial? I don't see. It's gone so far that I think that it's impossible for any of them. Imagine if one of them just said, actually, all good right now.
That would be amazing.
I mean, I just don't see it happening.
I know, but at the same time, I don't see it not happening. I see the trial like full steam ahead.
Yeah.
Because they're both just like still playing chess here and trying to checkmate each other. And
checkers or chess? Which one is it they're playing?
Wait, can you play? Chess.
I think they
you can checkmate in chess, can't you?
Yes, that is where you checkmate.
Oh, then why you say checkers?
Yeah, you said chess, checkers.
No, I said they're playing a game of chess and try to checkmate each other.
Well, I mean,
that's the same game.
But you can play checkers as well to like one up each other.
But do you checkmate in checkers?
Don't play enough.
Yeah, I don't either. I actually don't even know how to play chess. I like checkers though.
Yeah, we're more of a checkers players, me.
We are.
Than chess players. Well, yeah, it's up to the judge now. We'll see how it goes. Not sure if he'll allow it or not. Okay. King of the Hill actor Jonathan Joss. He passed away on, was it Sunday?
Right.
Having been shot
in San Antonio.
And it's become a really national story because there's so much conjecture over what went down to lead to it.
A lot of confusion as to what happened. So we did the story yesterday that his house, so Jonathan's house was reportedly burned down after he used a barbecue pit to heat his home. This is what reports said. His power in his house was cut after the city deemed the house uninhabitable. But so his boyfriend posted on his page basically saying that there were people in the neighborhood that didn't like their same-sex relationship, and that there was consistently like homophobic things that were said to them. So after their house burned down, the boyfriend and Jonathan went to the house to go check on the aftermath, but also to check the mail. They then claimed that they saw a deceased dog of theirs with his harness on. They were, inconsolable. They were crying, distraught. When they claimed that the boyfriend claims that all of a sudden this neighbor that they've had a lot of drama with came out, and the boyfriend says that the neighbor started saying homophobic slurs to them, pulled out a gun, which they say that they were not armed, and the guy shot them, shot Jonathan and killed him.
Right.
So that man has been arrested for murder, but it's just like, what exactly? I mean, there's so many things, like, why did the house burn down? Because also, even though there's reports saying that the house was burned down because this guy had no power, they had no power, so they're cooking inside the house and that could have sparked something.
Right.
Now there's this element of this neighborhood being homophobic, not being supportive of their same-sex relationship. Maybe that played a part.
Yeah. I mean, the boyfriend's obviously distraught. He says that Jonathan saved his life and pushed him out of the way, sort of thing. The police are saying that there's no evidence thus far of, it being a hate crime.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, these are pretty strong allegations. Either the boyfriend is so distraught that he's making something up, or this town where they live in San Antonio is really homophobic, and these guys have had to suffer through unimaginable things for years, and now this.
But why is the house uninhabitable?
The one that burnt down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, did they?
I feel like that's like, that could definitely lead to, like, let's say the house is like a hoarder home, right? And that's why it's uninhabitable.
Did they say at the time that it was a hoarder home?
They didn't, just that it was uninhabitable.
Okay.
So what could that be? So I would, because, you know, have you ever had like that one house in your block that like they don't mow their lawn? They have a bunch of junk tricycles in their front yard. There's no kids there, like just a bunch of junk. Like those people are hated by their community.
Right.
Has nothing to do. I'm not, look, we don't know what was said, but I have seen many circumstances where somebody in the neighborhood that doesn't keep their house intact can be hated by people around them. Obviously, the city deemed the house uninhabitable. This guy is cooking now, you know, trying to use a barbecue pit to heat his home. Fire sparks. I just don't see, like, I could see how there's no connection between the homophobia stuff. I mean, maybe that's also part of it too, but I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Out of all of this, the thing that bothers me the most is the dog. I can't.
It's always the dog.
I can't. It just also, again, I don't know their situation. If my house was on fire, the first thing I would grab would be my pets.
Right.
I would never, and I wouldn't just come up, let's check the mail, and then all of a sudden see your dog and be like, oh my gosh, like, how do you not remember that would be the first thing. If I had to escape, I would be there. I would not be sleeping. I would be there looking for my pet, not just coming back the next day. Look, I know they lost somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't kick them on down.
Oh my God, I can't get over the dog thing.
Well,
it's
R.I.P.
too hard for
to
me.
the dog and Jonathan.
Yeah.
Let's read out some of your comments.
For the Savannah Chrisley Tory Lanez story, Deborah Sloan said, I think they got it right in the courtroom. Come on. Judy Ghana said, they need to get Tory Lanez out of there. Oh, wow. Free Tory.
Yeah, I mean, it does make you look at the evidence a bit more when she said that.
She said in the beginning that
Megan told police she stepped on glass.
Right.
She said, eyewitness testimony suggesting someone else may have fired the gun, and DNA results that barely linked Tory to the weapon. So, like, I mean, if those things are true, and I don't know if they're true or not, like, I can see them mounting a case and something actually happening.
Yeah. Evelyn Edwards said, Savannah needs to shut up, mouth up. Her parents just got out for their crimes.
I mean, this is the time not to shut up.
She's feeling like powerful, like she is helping.
She's never been bigger as well, and more sort of wanted and valuable.
Mm-hmm.
She's like living her best life right now.
And crazy her parents got out all because of her. Like,
it is crazy.
Wow, so wild.
Joe Exotic needs kids.
Poor Joe Exotic.
If he had kids trying to help him get out, maybe that would have made all the difference.
Do you think Joe Exotic is just sitting back being like, maybe it'll be me today?
His husband just got deported. Like, Trump's like not into Joe.
Not caring about them?
No.
For the prisoner story, what was it?
Antoine Massey?
Yeah, but also it was somebody else, wasn't it? Just in the same story. For the Antoine Massey story, Adela Espinoza said, not true. Everyone does that, does not claim they're innocent. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of people that admit.
Yeah, it's kind of half-half maybe.
Yeah, like Gypsy Rose did admit.
True.
Eventually.
And then she got out.
Yeah. For the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni story, Justin Harris said, this is the first day where I feel like the truth is starting to come out with Blake Lively. Oof.
Yeah. Are there any Blake Lively fans?
Adriana Harwood said, Team Justin, Blake seems like she's drama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dawn said, Blake and Justin UFC cage match, tables and chairs.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm not sure about that.
Rumble.
Maybe Justin versus Ryan.
Oh, I would watch that.
I would watch that.
I would watch that. Who do you
Shirtless.
think would win? I feel like Justin is like ripped.
I feel like he's big though, Ryan. I'd be rooting for
big.
Baldoni.
Digital Bandito Studios said, I'm Team Justin and watching Blake's film, Another Simple Favor, so bad.
Was it bad?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it. I won't be.
For the Jonathan Joss story, his eternal light said, "I'm in San Antonio. It wasn't too far from my area."
Wow.
So sad. Have you been to San Antonio?
I've been to Austin.
Okay, not the same.
Not the same. Pretty
San Antonio's
close.
super cute.
Oh, okay.
Sir Mel said, "It's sad to hear that one of the actors from King of the Hill has passed away. The revival is coming in August, and I'm sure they'll dedicate an episode to their friend at some point."
That's
yeah,
actually-
I think I could see that happen.
I could definitely see that.
Couple comments from you guys. Blue Oak said, "TMZ, let Harvey know I'm his biggest fan for real."
Really, Blue Oak?
Ah,
Really?
you think he should have better taste and be our biggest fan?
Yeah, sure. I mean, would that be good taste even if our biggest fan?
Yeah.
Get some better, you know.
Do you feel like your friends are like cool?
Who?
Your friends.
Yeah, somewhat.
Oh, that's horrible.
Somewhat. I don't know. All right, Charlie.
All right, Charlie.
We'll see you guys here tomorrow.
See you.